This video is brought to you by UT Health Houston, Environmental Health and Safety, and explains the quantitative fit test process. Also, remember that a medical evaluation is required once, prior to initial fit testing and use in your workplace. However, you may need an additional medical evaluation if you experience signs or symptoms that may affect your ability to use the assigned respirator. Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm Salim Rizk, and in this video I will inform you how to conduct a quantitative fit test. Now here are the timestamps if you're looking for specific information provided in this video. Let's begin. During a quantitative fit test, a machine is used to measure the concentration of particles inside and outside of the respirator and test the seal and fit of the respirator on your face. The specialist will set up the fit test by preparing the equipment. First, they will turn on the particle generator. The particle generator is an instrument that supplements the ambient particle count by releasing sodium chloride salt. Then, the specialist will remove the storage cap at the port-count fit tester and replace it with the alcohol cartridge. The alcohol cartridge holds the isopropyl alcohol consumed by the port-count. Next, the specialist will load a push nut onto the magnetic push nut tool and load a sample probe onto the piercing tool. The respirator will be placed on the piercing tool, and the push nut tool will be aligned over the piercing tool at the respirator. The specialist will push down the push nut. For the 3M N95 respirator, the probe should be placed at the center of the mask. For the BYD N95 respirator, the probe should be placed on the side part close to the center. The respirator is ready for fit testing. The specialist will turn on the port-count fit tester. Then daily check will begin. The specialist will have the HEPA filter removed from the sample tube if it was not already removed, and click Start. The first check is the particle check. The particle check verifies if there are enough ambient particles in the room to conduct a fit test, and it verifies if the port-count is working properly. With the N95 enabled box selected, the classifier check verifies if the classifier is functioning properly. Next, the specialist will attach the HEPA filter to the sampling tube and press Start to begin the zero check. The zero check provides assurance that there are no leaks in the tubes and in the internal system. Then, max fit factor check determines if the port-count is capable of measuring high fit factors and if the internal switching valve is functioning properly. The test results are saved. Before coming to the fit test, it is important to have your facial hair shaved, as facial hair may interfere with the proper fit of the respirator. It is also important not to smoke for at least 30 minutes prior to fit testing, as the port-count can count these smoke particles and will interpret them as if they are caused by face seal leakage. The specialist will have the HEPA filter removed from the sample tube and will connect the respirator with the sampling tube. The head strap should be placed above the sampling tube, and they should not be crisscrossed. Next, you will wear the respirator, placing the bottom strap around the neck and below the ears. Then place the top strap at the crown of your head. Do not place the top strap first, as it could crisscross the straps. Move the respirator to adjust its position and achieve the optimum fit for your face. Then place both index fingers on the nose clip and apply pressure onto the nose clip, forming it to your nose to get the best fit possible on your face. The specialist will select Fit Test and fill out your information. The information of the respirator, the type of protocol, the mask size. Both 1870 Plus and BYD respirators have one size designed for a wide range of faces. And then the name of the specialist, and the due date for the next fit test, which is a year after the current test date. And then the fit test exercises may begin. The specialist will press Start, and you will begin with the first exercise when mask sample is collected. The first exercise is to bend at your waist repeatedly, taking 2 breaths at each extreme for 30 seconds. Next, we will talk for 30 seconds, typically reciting the alphabet until the 30 seconds are over. Then, for 30 seconds, move your head from side to side repeatedly with 2 breaths at each extreme. The last exercise is, for 39 seconds, to move head up and down repeatedly with 2 breaths at each extreme. After the fit test exercises are over, you will need to remove the N95 respirator. Remove the bottom strap first, then remove the top strap. The test determines if you have passed or failed based on the overall fit factor, which is dependent on each individual fit factor. If the overall fit factor is 100 or above, you have passed the fit test. If the overall fit factor is lower than 100, the specialist will see if the mask needs to be readjusted, or test you with another mask to fit you better and pass the fit test.